I'm here at the Temple of Hatshepsut in the Valley of the Kings, just outside in fact, with Don Tolman, the modern day Pythagoras, which is another story we'll share a little bit later on. Behind me, I've been talking about the 13 holes in each side of the temple here, with the central hole adding up to the 13th, 12 on each side and 1 in the middle. 13 is the most spectacular number that's just been taken out of history by some powers. Don, what's some of the things that you could share about the number 13 and its significance for us in the modern world?
All of this has been lost to the modern societies that have been academically indoctrinated to the number 12 and a 10-based system. But when you start getting into the history of this and the 13 lunar months, 13 months when we followed the lunar calendar, and that was taken away. And so we've lost the history of the number 13 and its relationship of the moon to the earth and the sun itself, which brings us the seasons of the year. And it's so fascinating because it all ties right back into their ancient understanding of the human body and the 13 doorways in, the 13 doorways out. And in the study of toxicologies, they know it's the entrances that disease or discomforts come in and disease and discomforts leave. And so the doorways known today is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the skin is the largest organ of taking in and letting out. You perspire through the skin a liter of water every 24 hours. And it's fascinating. That was number 12, the very foundation of the body itself. Then the 13th was what anciently they called the third eye. No mystery, 1, 2, 3. You see things in your mind. You have a visual capacity, and that visual capacity allows you to think, and this doorway allows you to speak and communicate. This takes in information. This takes in information. This brings in information. The skin brings information. All of this does. That there today, from Creata Magus, or the third eye, the word president means first sight. These were the two counselors within the temple construct. It's imagination. Your imagination, your thought ways determine your mental, your emotional, and oftentimes your physical well-being. Those 13 doorways is what we've got to be able to see in the ancient architectures with the other messages that are here, because every bit of it is about your body and your relationship in this lifetime to this planet that we live on, and to the sun and the moon and the stars, and what that meant. We've got to get it back.
So you're asking why this is important to have this relationship of 13 with your body and why it was taken away? I'm going to ask you, the viewer, to go and research this yourself. Ask yourself, why would the governments of the world, why would the people in the power want to take away your control of your own body, your ability to heal it by understanding what's going on in your 13 systems and by replacing it with narcotics and drugs and pills and tablets and supplements and all this other crap that they do? Ask yourself why that happens, and then go and empty out your medicine cabinet, chuck it out, and go and do some research, maybe from this guy. I think he might know a thing or two.
Well, thank you. And if we'll get back to the physics of nature that's all around us and embrace it, because our bodies are based on that same physics at the atomic, molecular, and cellular levels. There are plants and fresh air and clean water and walking and sunshine, relationships that will heal any discomfort today called disease. It's not a mystery. It's not a mystery. You don't need to go to doctors unless it's a traumatic accident and you've busted bones. Other than that, we've got to grow up. We've got to waken up and broaden our vision and deepen it. And that's what we're all about.
We'll catch you later from the Temple of Hatshepsut here in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt. Thanks, Don.
Thank you, Mike.